In this video, we are going to show you everything that nobody tells you about Florence. These are the truths that only those who have visited and come back several times discover in practice, and that can totally change your experience if you know them before you go. We are going to talk about the real size of the city, hidden costs, safety, local culture, logistics, climate, and tourist traps. Let us go. Florence is one of the most dreamed cities by art and history lovers, but it is also a city full of surprises for those who arrive without preparation. The Instagram photos only show the Golden Duomo at sunset and the empty Piazzale Michelangelo, but the reality of the cradle of the Renaissance requires planning. Those who travel without information can end up facing 3-hour lines at the Uffizi, being fined for entering a ZTL by car without knowing, or falling into expensive tourist restaurants on Ponte Vecchio. Let us demystify. First truth, the real size and distances. Florence is a surprisingly small city, with only 102 square kilometers, being much smaller than Rome, Milan, or Venice. The historic center where practically everything touristy is located fits in a walkable area of about 2 kilometers from end to end. You can go on foot from the Duomo to Palazzo Pitti in 15 minutes, and from Santa Maria Novella station to Piazzale Michelangelo in 40 minutes. This means that Florence can be done in fewer days than Rome, but it requires stamina to climb to the viewpoints and the upper floors of the museums. Second truth, hidden costs. The price tag is never the final price in Florence. The VAT, value-added tax, is 22% on many products and is usually already included in the price. The Florence tourist tax is one of the highest in Italy, varying between 3 and 8 euros per person per night depending on the hotel category, with a limit of 10 nights. But the biggest trap is the capirdo at restaurants, a cover charge applied just for sitting at the table, which varies between 1 and 5 euros per person, totally legal and normal in Italy. Another common charge is the 10 to 15% service fee, already included in the menu at tourist restaurants. Always check the bill before paying. Third truth, the safety question. Florence is generally a very safe city for tourists, with low rates of violent crime. But pickpockets are a growing problem, especially in tourist zones, and at the central Santa Maria Novella station, especially in high season. The most dangerous places are Santa Maria Novella station, Ponte Vecchio, Piazza del Duomo, and the surroundings of the Uffizi. Never carry your wallet in your back pocket. Use a money belt under your clothes. Keep your backpack always in front of your body on the crowded Ponte Vecchio, and beware of fake petition signature requests and street vendors offering free bracelets at Piazza del Duomo. Fourth truth, the local culture can surprise you. Florentines have immense pride in their city and Renaissance heritage, and can be a little more reserved than Romans or Neapolitans, but they are extremely polite and hospitable. Mealtimes are typical Italian sacred, with lunch between 12:30 and 2:30 in the afternoon, and dinner never before 8 at night. Ordering cappuccino after 11 o'clock is considered a gastronomic crime, and Parmesan for seafood dishes is almost offensive. The tip is not mandatory, but 2 to 5 euros is appreciated at good quality restaurants, and the Tuscan accent is considered the base of modern Italian, being the easiest to understand for beginners in the language. Fifth truth, logistics and the ZTL. The biggest trap for those traveling to Italy by car is the ZTL, or limited traffic zone. Florence has one of the strictest ZTLs in Italy, with automatic cameras that fine about 100 euros per unauthorized entry into the historic center, and the fine can arrive months later for the rental credit card. If you visit Florence coming from other cities, leave the car in parking lots outside the ZTL, like Villa Costanza, with direct tram to the center, or at Piazzale Michelangelo. Never try to enter the center by car, even if the GPS suggests. Always check if the street has an active blue ZTL sign. Sixth truth, the Florence climate. The city has continental climate with marked Tuscan characteristics. Summer between June and August can be brutal, with temperatures easily exceeding 95 degrees Fahrenheit, high humidity from being in a valley between hills, and little breeze. In August, many family restaurants and shops close for collective holidays during Ferragosto, leaving the city somewhat empty. Winter between December and February is cold and humid, with temperatures between 37 and 50 degrees Fahrenheit, but it is the best time to find cheap hotels and empty museums. The best times to visit are April, May, September, October, and early November, with perfect weather and flowering Tuscan gardens. And where to stay knowing all of this? Our recommendation is Centro Storico, the tourist, commercial, and historic heart of Florence, with easy walking access to all the main attractions. We created this custom map that explains exactly which is the best region. Staying in this area, you cannot go wrong. And in the video description and here in the QR code, we will leave the link to the page with this map and with the hotels we have stayed at and recommend highly, including a hotel in Centro Storico, where we stayed for an incredible price, super well located, far from tourist traps, and close to everything that matters. We saved a lot of money with that choice. Seventh truth, food and tourist traps. The restaurants directly around the Duomo, Ponte Vecchio, and Piazza della Signoria are very touristy and expensive, with menus in 20 languages, colorful photos of dishes, and staff shouting at the door. Never eat at these places. It is always a trap with dubious quality, frozen industrial pasta, and inferior quality bistecca. Walk 3 blocks to the sides or cross to Old Trano and find authentic trattorias frequented by Florentines. Another trap are the artificial artificially colored gelatos in pyramid fountains. Always prefer century-old artisanal gelaterias like Vivali or Perche No with gelato in closed containers and natural colors. Speaking of having good information to get around well, in the video description and here in the QR code, we will leave the link to the site we always use to buy tickets and tours for the lowest price. It is the largest tours website in the world and has practically everything there. Everything at the lowest price, and you can buy in any currency, saving on fees. And they have free tours that are great, including guided walking tours through the Uffizi and Oltrarno. And remember that in this link below, we always organize everything you need to plan your entire trip at the lowest price. The sites we use to put together our trips with everything much cheaper, travel SIM card, travel insurance for half the price, tickets to all the attractions, good and cheap hotels we have stayed at, cheap car rentals, and the global account. And the links already include automatic discounts, so save and use this page that will make your trip much easier. One more important thing about Florence that many people do not realize: the city is the perfect gateway to know the rural Tuscany on day excursions. The Chianti wineries are just 1 hour by car with typical lunch for 90 to 140 euros. Pisa is 1 hour by train for 10 euros. Siena 1.5 hours for 10 euros. San Gimignano with medieval towers 1.5 hours. And Cinque Terre 2.5 hours. Reserve at least one day for one of these excursions. It perfectly complements your Florence trip. And for those who are new here on the channel, you are very welcome. Our mission is to help you travel more and better around the world. If you are enjoying it, subscribe here on the channel and like the video. That helps us a lot. To finish, 4 final tips for mental preparation for Florence. First, wear very comfortable shoes with anti-slip sole because the Florentine cobblestone is beautiful but merciless on the feet. Second, book in advance the Uffizi Gallery, the Accademia Gallery, and the climb to the Brunelleschi Dome, especially in high season, or you will lose hours in lines. Third, accept that you cannot see all the art in Florence in one trip. The city has more Renaissance works concentrated than any other place in the world, so prioritize calmly. Fourth, try all the Tuscan classics, especially bistecca alla Fiorentina, ribollita, lampredotto, schiacciata, and Chianti wine, because Tuscan gastronomy is one of the most authentic and accessible in Europe. If you liked the video, like it and subscribe to our channel to travel more and better around the world. Thank you very much and have a great trip.